This is Terrance from Canada, and although you can't see his face right now, presently lying in a hotel um, at um, at a sort of a undisclosed location, wearing a beautiful mink coat that was given to me as a sort of a appeasement by a different candidate to try to encourage you to not vote one for Terrance from Canada. But I decided instead to talk to you about some notable differences between the cultures of Canada and Australia. Well, actually, specifically the United States and Australia. So in Australia, it's something we've noticed is quite different from the United States of America, is that is the sheer lack of multi-million-dollar rallies. So you notice that the politicians in the USA, they're quite we've noticed in Canada as well, they're quite fond of having these giant concerts where they have a whole stadium full of people sitting there listening to crap on, and basically acting like there's sort of a cult around them, and they spend more on that one concert than they do on the entirety of their policies for the people, and it's just ridiculous. I mean, all the money they spend on one concert they could have done for the food stamp program, but anyway, so. They appear to have like lots of concerts that are all around in each their electoral colleges or whatever they call them in the States, and it's just they got flash Tony Robbins teeth, and they just have these flags flying everywhere and all manner of things. And what's been noticed in Australia is the charming rustic sort of working class mentality of it. It's absolutely beautiful. So. You might have noticed in the United States recently that Mr. Elon Musk, he tried to buy votes with the election lottery. Well, there was something similar. We just noticed that Ian Huey Hewitson was trying to buy people with his democracy sausage. And we weren't sure at first if Ian Huey Hewitson was looking for a girlfriend, but actually, it turns out that's actually an Australian custom called the Barbie. And it's quite a beautiful thing. Basically, they just encourage people to celebrate having a democracy by having a sausage on the Barbie with some tomato sauce and some onions, and it's just and a couple of they don't even have like hot dog buns. They have it with this white bread or this wholemeal bread or whatever. The cheapest bread that they can find at the shopping centre, and it's the stale bread that's on special, that's been sitting there all week that nobody wanted, and they use that for Barbies, and it's an absolutely incredible thing that's considered a delicacy. And it's what, the meat is absolutely burned. It's burned burned to a shrivel, and kind of like Huey's dick. Oh, sorry, Huey, we do love you. You seem like a nice man, but anyway, and it's just it's a delicacy. It's delightful, but so in Canada we used to moose burgers, but anyway, this democracy sausage seems quite interesting. And then, the other thing that we've noticed while we're doing our election campaign is we've noticed that Huey's classified as a celebrity chef, and he's there in a flannelette shirt, they call it, and it's a working man's shirt, so he's not even flash. I mean, if a celebrity in the USA got caught wearing anything less than Gucci or Armada, they'd be mortified that the paparazzi would give them shit for a whole year. But there he is in a flannelette shirt, looking like someone's uncle after a beer, and it's just absolutely charming. It's a charming culture. And then one of the things we noticed after that was went to a pre-polling booth, and we noticed that the elderly people who are quite poor, and they call them bogans, they're just there handing out pamphlets, and they don't really bother anyone at all, and it's just an incredible thing to see. There's no signage. There's no local politicians there harassing people. There's nothing. The candidates aren't even there harassing people. The people just show up, and there's not even a huge queue, and it's absolutely amazing. And it's an amazing, peaceful experience to go to an Australian electoral booth and to be barely even spoken to by a single electioneer or bogan with a pamphlet. It's a wonderful thing that in Australia you can have democracy sausage and with stale bread and absolutely just is considered a delicacy, and that just celebrity chefs are free to walk around in flannel t-shirts and appear on television after one beer, just like your funny uncle, and and you just, and it's just considered normal. This is a Vote One Terrance from Canada campaign, and honest to goodness, Australia, definitely don't become America. You are way better, and if the worst you can come up with is trying to buy votes from your citizens by giving them a sandwich, well, your country might be quite poor, or maybe, just maybe, it's nowhere near as corrupt as the USA. And so we're a bit flattered by that. So it's quite comforting to know that Australia is nowhere near as bad. And well, someone commented earlier. They said, "Oh well, they noticed that the politicians are usually quite ordinary. They don't have that Tony Robbins teeth and the billionaire suits, and it's like they're just the cousin that made it to university, out of all the cousins that didn't make it to university or something, and they just, and everyone's just proud of them for making it big and going to the big smoke, and they're just worried that maybe, just maybe, they'll get conned into spending a few $1 billion on nuclear submarines or Black Hawk helicopters that were, broken down from the, and because they, aren't quite as good with the used car salesman talk that the Americans are known for. So vote one Terrance for Canada, and vote, of course, Clive Palmer last, because he's one of very few billionaires that Australia has, and he's made it easy for you by saying that he wants to be like Donald Trump. So have a wonderful day, and Australia, please never become America. There are lots of Canadians who are considering flying to your country right now, and it is way, way better than what's going on over there, despite its many limitations. Hooroo and Straya, mates!